This is a certified
normal
hood
BS
classic.
Yeah, the normal bullshit. What's good, everyone? Is your boy BPM with Bellerose. What
Hey,
is
hey.
good, my friend?
Not too much, actually.
So I told y'all that you would probably be getting my ugly mug for a third night in a row, and listen, y'all, it's been a motherfucking week. Heart goes out to Christy, Ray, and a bunch of other friends of the show right now who are at our good friend Kev's funeral. Rest in peace. And not funeral, but like wake-in services and whatnot. Hold on 1 second. Let me set the phone up. So yeah, basically, you know, we kind of knew that the two of them would be in a really rough spot right now, so I volunteered to go on for a third night in a row, to kind of give them a proper break. Yoda, we are going into hell in a handcart, my friend. We're not going into the full Sonic ROM pit. Instead, we are going tonight into three official releases for what may constitute the 3 worst Sonic games of all time.
Even worse than Sonic Schoolhouse.
Oh my! I forgot about Sonic Schoolhouse, and I forgot that Sonic Schoolhouse is like technically what inspired Baldi's Basics.
Right.
That horror game. So Sonic Unleashed. I don't even know how the fuck I would play. I would probably need to actually like hook up a 360 to play the shitty version of that. The Wii one is supposedly a whole lot better, but what was the Mario?
Well, you say better, but it's still a game about like Sonic with werewolf stretchy Dalzim arms.
Yeah, but it's also one of those ones. Oh, we also got ourselves a Akita One is subbing for is getting in on that 1 month sub. Thank you so much. So Sonic Unleashed. They had 2 versions because that was in fact the Werehog one. But they made the 360 version and they made the Wii version. The 360 one had, I think, twice as many Werehog stages, and the Wii one had Werehog stage and then like a couple of stages of just like Sonic in a town like running fast. So something like a level from like Colors or Generation. And
you know, the thing Sonic is known for.
Those levels were good. So I've talked a lot about Sonic. Like Sonic Adventure 1 might be one of my favorite Sonic games. And a lot of it had to do with the diversity of game styles in it. Ironically enough, the kind of stuff that would end up fucking over a lot of the other kind of like later Sonic games. Let me also swap this music up for something appropriate. Is there? Yes, there is a Sonic Lo-Fi playlist. Perfect.
Oh, cool. I love lo-fi.
So you're chef. But I absolutely love that, like, they kind of like just did a bunch of different play styles for that. They did stuff like a fucking fishing, game in the Sonic Adventure engine. Sonic and Tails being kind of traditional race, high speed. Knuckles being like a, exploration of each of the maps, and Gamma I felt would have been like his own storyline in a whole other game of like.
So is Gamma the one? So to my understanding, in one of the Sonic games, there was like an Eggman robot that gained sentience, but at some point, like, one of the robots like sacrificed himself, or like he exploded and revealed his bird inside of him. And then there's another robot that's not that one.
Yeah. So you're referring to one of my favorite Chip Cheesem bits, which is like it's some cringe like top 10 saddest moments in gaming, and one of the moments was like the guy talking about like freeing the bird, the end
freeze the bird
Gamma
inside
story.
of, because it's just funny to imagine that, because like, yeah, all the robots are powered by
said
animals.
It so hyper seriously of like free the robot
reveals
inside
the bird inside him.
Oh, so Chip Cheesem and General Ironicus retrograde that video ages ago. And yeah, that is the one. Hey, Virali, how's it going? What is good? Haven't seen you in forever. But yeah, so fucking I like that is the one. So it was like 5 basically flickies being made into 5 incarnations of these robots. Gamma kind of becoming self-aware of like what he is and trying to like bust down his brothers, so like freeing the animal inside of them, which ties back a whole lot to like what Sonic 1 was really about. Yeah, really, I haven't seen you or shit. I haven't seen you or Mint since FanFest. There's a lot of people I haven't seen since FanFest. I'm trying to get out to Cali again. I'm thinking about doing MagWest, but a lot is going to be like I'm also trying to plan out potentially going to New Orleans sometime this fall. So I'm trying to use as much of my vacation time as possible just in case. Oh yeah, FanFest. Who would go to FanFest, right, Rich? Shit, that was almost a fucking year ago now. Time is a lie, my friend.
I feel so old lately. Like, I really do.
Time just feels like snap and just fucking like everything vanishes.
I mean, you get 24 hours every day, but like, where does it all go? Like, I know a lot of it goes to sleep, you know, some of it goes to pooping.
Well, I also think about it for FanFest because like that's around the time that I started taking like my current medication and started like actually losing a lot of the weight that I lost. And I just remembered, because like a side effect of that and the medication I was taking for my diabetes before that went into remission was metformin. And that medication will fuck with your GI tract and fuck with your GI system. So like if you take it on an empty stomach, you're basically going to be getting like stomach cramps all day at best. The other side effects.
At worst, like probably diarrhea.
Yeah. Bad, like that, and just
hot
random
chocolate
vomiting.
High velocity.
Yeah, so I started taking that around the time that we went to FanFest, and FanFest last year was a fucking 110 degrees in Las Vegas for 3 days. Hey, don't ever put an event in that fucking kind of heat again. So literally like, and like there was no way to go directly from like the hotel to there was no way to go from the hotel like directly to the venue without like at least a 5 to 10 minute walk in the heat. And 5 to 10 minutes in nice 80-degree weather is not the same as 5 to 10 minutes in 110-degree heat.
Yeah.
So we were fucking dying.
Like, you probably had some people that were like overheating. And especially if it's like a fan fest, like was the
cosplaying?
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, no. What I mean is, on the inside, was it like ventilated well?
Oh yeah. Like, once you got in, it was no problem. But it was the it was the walk there, and it's actually funny because Allie and Min, their boyfriend, were like they've been friends of mine for like well over a decade at this point. And they were actually staying in the townhouse next to ours, and we ran into them literally just by complete chance on the last day, like right as we were like both either going to or coming back from something. So like we had like a 5-minute catch up period before like we each had to like race in our own different directions. Yeah, so there were no heat problems in FanFest, but there were plenty of other problems, as I know you See, Lucy, it wasn't even like that dry of a heat too. There was like just enough fucking humidity around that like we had to do a walk at one point from the restaurant that we took reservations at for our like group dinner. They lost our fucking reservation, which I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, how do you do that?
And they're like, well, if you want to, we have a spot open in our sister building. which
sister
is about
location.
literally our sister location, which just opened up, which is about a little over about a third of a mile from here. And I'm like, as we have 10 people, so getting Ubers there would have been like a fucking nightmare. So 2 people in our group are like, all right, we can walk that. I'm like, guys, I
don't want to.
I don't think you know how bad it is. And we literally walked it, like, it wasn't even like in the middle of the day too. This was at like fucking 8 o'clock at night, and it was still like 108 degrees out and fucking just an oven. It was baking people alive. By the time we actually got to the ramen shop, which I don't know why the hell we decided it was a good idea to get hot boiling ramen after that.
Well, I mean, when the brain is hot, it doesn't really have, good ideas.
I took 1 bite of mine, and despite the fact that I had literally not eaten anything all day and was starving, I'm like, I can't eat. If I eat another bite of this, I'm going to throw up. Thankfully it like got a little bit better, and like, petered off for the rest of the week that we were there, but like, oh my god, I've been to a whole lot of fan events in my life, and FanFest was still probably one of like the worst managed one. They just honestly too many fucking people.
Well, I mean, some of these conventions, you see the pictures, and it's like, I don't think that's safe. What you guys are, I mean, obviously it's like, oh, safe, but that many people all crowded together in an area can't be good.
Here's the problem, and I've talked about this obviously when it all happened, but like, the problem is like what I think they did was, I think they took a look at the venue itself, which probably had like a max capacity of, let's say, 17,000 people, which I think is around what it was. And I think they sold 15,000 tickets, which is not unheard of. It's pretty common for events that like sell a little under the cap. That's, when they can literally cut it off and sell no tickets. But in any other event like a MagFest or a Katsukon or an Otakon, not everyone is at the same place at the same time. You may have 10,000 people at MagFest, but you're going to have 2,000 in the dealer's hall. You're going to have 2,000 by, the arcade. You're going to have 2,000.
Right. It's not like they're all in the same place at the same time.
Exactly. It's spread out. There's things to do. It's, you have an entire day. And also there are some people who are just going to go back to their hotel rooms and kind of fuck off for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But in FanFest, you had 15,000 people there who all, like, there was no, like, alternate stages. There was no second stages with second panels. It was, like, there was the main stage and, like, maybe 1 or 2, like, 5-minute activities. Play a carnival game and get a fucking sticker. So you had when
oh wait, is this like the fucking ball pit 2.0 or whatever?
So they didn't really have a ball pit 2.0, but it felt like it felt about as poorly managed sometimes. So you would have, like, when the keynote dropped and they unveiled Dawn Trail for the first time, you had 15,000 people who wanted to go to that. You had 15,000 people who wanted to go to the concert each night. You had 15,000 people who wanted to get online to do the battle challenge. And they just did not have the capacity for that. Yeah, this was the event that fucked over people with, like, ADA and disabilities and whatnot. Also, security was a fucking joke. Yeah, and then in comparison, Japan's FanFest gets the goddamn Tokyo Dome. And, like, plenty of seating. And, so, like, this was the event that literally, like, when we got there, me, Nick, and Ray got there, like, by the time we got there, we couldn't do pre-reg pickup, because everyone else was able to get their badges early, but it closed by the time our planes all landed. So we got our badge pickup, and by the time we got there, our friends who had, like, maybe gotten there 20 minutes before us were already, like, sectioned off in a different part of the building, and we couldn't, like, stand and wait with them for the 2 hours to, like, watch the keynote. And literally this, like, we would have had to stand out in the goddamn sun to, like, get in. So me, Nick, and Ray looked at each other and we're like, do we just want to go back to the hotel room and watch the, watch the keynote on the live stream and just drink Hennessy instead? So that's exactly what we did. Also, God, Christy, fuck Long Island. I'm so sorry. Well, Lucy, see, that's the entire thing, is like they've made fan conventions like that work before. You just, for the big events, you make sure you do double seating, and then for like every other event, you just kind of make sure that like there's fucking like other panels to go to, or you put it in the, even just putting it as the same event, like the same space as the hotel, so there's like an air-conditioned walk back, is a lot. Like, if I'm going out there and I'm walking 10 minutes in that fucking roasting sun, I'm not coming back until I've gotten my time and money's worth, like, of going there.
Mm-hmm.
So literally just reached a point where, like, the people who went didn't want to come back. And the people who went, like, we reached a point where we're like, fuck it, I don't really want to go back out in the sun to, go stand in line to not see a panel. I'd just rather watch it on the live stream with friends, get food delivered, and, fuck around. But yeah,
sounds like you're not a fan of that fest.
I wasn't a fan of that fest. I enjoyed going, I enjoyed Vegas, I enjoyed, hanging out with friends, and I enjoyed seeing my friend, Jonah, aka Big Suck, perform. Our friend actually earned his ticket, because ticket sold out in like fucking no time.
Right, yeah.
He got his ticket by making it to the PvP Crystal Conflict finals. He was actually a fucking finalist for the PvP and got his badge, his room, everything comped by Square Enix. And
wow,
he has a fucking
Did he
jersey.
have to thank Square Enix as he walked in?
Yeah. I mean, he had to go like.
Did he have to say thank you, Square Enix, every 10 minutes?
He had they did make him a custom jersey that has SUCC on the back of it, so he has a suck jersey.
Uh-huh.
And even though they didn't win, they came in second place, they were runners up. His team actually got the biggest love because their team had both him and John Dark Souls on their team. And John Dark Souls came out onto the stage wearing the fucking, like, Solaire helmet. So, like, they were really the reason why people gave a shit in the first place.
Right.
But yeah. So yeah, getting back to Sonic.
As we should be mindful of Sonic.
Yeah.
In our day-to-day lives.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure because to me, like, that game had a bunch of really weird gameplay styles, but like it was a great way of sectioning off the, traditional Sonic run fast for a stage, momentum-based fun gameplay with some cool, kind of esoteric gameplay styles. Amy's section was a fucking, like, horror game that involved you being chased by a unkillable stalker for all of it.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like if they had made another, instead of making like Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and Sonic Unleashed, Sonic, all these like half Sonic, half weird, like Werehog, if they had made like a Sonic Adventure 3 that had a Sonic campaign and then like a Werehog campaign, they kind of relegated all those weird experimental stuff to like their own characters, I think it would have been a lot better received. But instead they hedged their bet, hedge on gimmicks, and it didn't really pay off. But the music for them fucking slapped, as I, confirmed this last weekend. Even Sonic 06, one of the worst games of all time, still had a pretty baller soundtrack.
I was gonna say I can't really remember a Sonic game that had a bad soundtrack, but then I remembered Sonic Spinball. But then I remembered that so the legend goes, there's the infamous option screen music, which is just like terrible. But apparently it sounds like that because of an cite in coding where one of the instruments is a lot louder than it should be.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Can you feel the sunshine? Sonic fucking R. How I love that. They unfortunately didn't play that song. And that was the first thing Carrie messaged me was they're like, did they play any music from Sonic R? I'm like, no. If they did, I would.
That's right. You went. I'm sorry. You went to the Sonic thing, the Sonic Symphony.
I did indeed go to the Sonic Symphony. They
need to do more stuff like that. They need to do more stuff like that.
So for those who haven't seen it, thinking back on it, I probably should have posted this on the Snark YouTube account and not my own. But I'm gonna post this video in chat. But basically what I did was while I was there, I recorded about 25 minutes worth of videos and threw together a compilation on YouTube of what like a lot of those concerts was like. It was fantastic. I've talked about it a couple of times this week. But like the first half of that was traditional Sonic Symphony. So, Sonic 1 medley, Sonic Mania medley, which was great hearing a lot of the Mania tracks basically being performed.
And the Mania tracks are great.
The Chow Garden, there was a great Chow medley that went on. And then at like the halfway point, they're like, all right, it's been about an hour. We're going to take a 20-minute intermission. And then when they came back, like they brought out Crush 40 and they're like, all right, this is a fucking rock concert for the rest of the night. Everyone on your feet. So that was when they like immediately, like the entire rest of the night was just like, I am all of me, what I'm made of, his world, Reach for the Stars, Escape from the City, Live and Learn. A couple of songs from Frontiers that I don't know because I haven't played Frontiers.
Right. So like, we'll both do this. What is your favorite Sonic song that is like has lyrics, and then what's your favorite just like track?
Okay, so my favorite with lyrics, it might be, so it's a tie. It's a tie for me between What I'm Made Of, which is the final boss theme from Sonic Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a soft spot for This World, or His World from Sonic 06.
Right.
As for non-lyric track, you say yours and then I'll come back to mine.
Okay, so I'm probably just gonna say Pumpkin Hill Zone.
Very ironic, and so Bellerose can't actually hear the music unless they're looking at
no, I can't hear it. I mean, full disclosure, I'm playing Paper Mario in the background.
Yeah. So on my Sonic Lo-Fi playlist, Pumpkin Hill like just started about a minute ago.
Okay. Nice.
So very appropriate. They also did Pumpkin Hill and Unknown From Me, which was great. But yeah. My favorite...
I just like that Knuckles can sense it in his feet.
Yeah. The less we talk about Knuckles' feet, the better.
He can sense it.
Listen, likes are hidden now. People are letting their horny flags fly. And I
hope. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hope after 42 hours they turn likes back on and like expose everyone.
Yeah, I want them to steep that shit for like a month or so, maybe a couple months, and then just turn it back on. Because that kind of happened with the blue checks, where it's like, okay, you can hide them, and then all of a sudden they just like turned it off, and it's like, it's like that SpongeBob. I can't explain. I want to see that. I want to see that, but with like likes on feet pics.
Yeah, I just want to see fucking like celebrities get exposed on this shit.
Yeah.
And let's see, my favorite non vocal track from the OG. Probably Starlight Zone. I really like Starlight Zone from 1.
For me, like I have a lot. Like I really like Bad Ending Stardust Speedway. I really like Sonic 3 and Knuckles credits. Like a lot of the Sonic 3 and Knuckles is just like super good, like legitimately good. Sonic 2, I really like Emerald Hill.
Mhm.
Like that's it's just kind of so iconic. Going back to like the Master System, I think it was like Bridge Zone or whatever like the base was for Sonic Warrior.
Mhm.
You know?
So it's kind of funny that Bridge Zone track from Sonic 1 Master System got reused in Sonic Adventure. That's the opening to Believe in Myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Master System tracks a whole lot too, and I feel like they don't get enough credit.
Yeah, I never really played anything on the Master System, although in an ironic kind of way I did, because I think the Master System games were kind of ported to Game Gear at one
They
point,
were
right?
almost exactly. The only difference between them was the screen size.
Right. Yeah.
Which ironically enough made every single boss fight easier because Eggman had to be like further down on the screen, so you
Well,
could jump
except
and
for
hit
like
him.
the fucking antlion.
That was Sonic 2.
Yeah.
And Sonic 2 is the hardest fucking Sonic game that was ever made.
The hardest Sonic that ever Sonicked.
Yeah, the Dark Souls of Sonic. Also, I'm reading what Lucy's saying here, which I feel on one hand I hate that it's being done to cover up people liking white supremacist shit. On the other hand, seeing people in the wrestling fandom specifically go through people's they didn't likes in order to find something to cancel them was fucking cop behavior. I agree. And don't like the way I see it is that people who are like liking white supremacist shit, that's gonna come out in other ways.
Yeah, like I feel like Twitter is kind of like an open jar of marbles, and people that don't know how to play with marbles will swallow the marbles, and eventually the marbles will come out. Of course, right now we're at the phase where no one else can play with the marbles because someone else swallowed the marbles.
You're making me want to play the fucking or watch the marble
I thought you said
Gell's marble runs.
You're making me want to play with marbles.
Have you ever watched any of the Gell's marble runs? The thing that's like basically like a fucking actual sport, but for like
I may have at some point. Like I do really like watching marbles like in the little marble racetracks.
I gotta send you one of these videos later because they basically made like a full fucking sport out of them.
I watched the Pan and Cork one.
It's almost identical to that. I'll show you if we have time tonight. I'll show.
I mean, we probably will have time.
We will. Tonight's talking part is particularly wrong because man, there's a chance that I might get 10 minutes into each of these games and want to fucking call it. So, but we're not. But I ain't a fucking coward. Let's.
Well, we have some backups.
We do.
So these are all Sonic ports, right?
Yeah.
There was a Sonic game that was ported to the Game Gear. There was a Sonic game that was ported to the Gamecom. Which, if you look at that thing, you'd think it was called the Gamesdotcom, but no, it's called the Gamecom. And then was there a third thing that something was ported to?
Sonic 1 to the GBA, which has the least excuse of anything.
Right, and then we also have some Sonic animations that reported to SFM.
Yep. So
this is a certified hood classic.
So one of my favorite things that Ty Tuesday ever did was he had a stream where he went through a whole bunch of like the N-Gage promo stuff.
Yeah, the N-Gage was so weird. Like it was such a weird event.
Here, let me set up a couple of things here. So, we're gonna start tonight by looking particularly at the Gamecom. And the Gamecom was let me see if I can actually like pull up an image of it. It was, so here, I'm going to do a display capture. The Gamecom was made by Tiger Electronics, the same people who did like the, every handheld battery powered port.
Yeah, the Tiger handheld electronic games that you could buy at Walmart for like $5, and it was its own little thing.
Yeah,
no cartridges required.
Very similar to the N-Gage. It initially started kind of like on black and white, but it did apparently have a color port. And this thing had probably like 15 games made for it. It was not fucking popular.
No.
But it did a couple of things ahead of its time. It had a touchscreen in, like, when the fuck did this thing even come out? 1997. It had a touchscreen. And it had, the craziest thing of all was it had licenses for games on it. Like, it had a
When you
fucking
say it had
Resident
licenses for games, like what does that mean?
It had a Duke Nukem game. It had a Batman and Robin game.
Oh, it had licensed games on it. Okay.
It had Mortal Kombat. It had Resident Evil. It had a Sonic game on it.
It had big. I don't know if they were. Well, I mean, yeah, of course they were big at the time. There were huge names. Mortal Kombat and Duke Nukem.
Yeah, like it's kind of amazing that this thing fucking had as many games as it did. But it was terrible, and we're gonna see that firsthand. So the reason why I'm currently, and don't worry, I will share my screen with you when we actually get it set up. But the reason why I have this, no, because you have to hear the fucking sound. The reason why I'm currently capturing my entire screen like this is because this thing took me about a half hour to set up.
Mm-hmm.
And you may see here that there's this like bitmap 2.bin main.hex main o.hex. So I went through about 20 minutes trying to find a working emulator, because they say it works with MAME, but MAME already gives me trouble to begin with, and I just could not get it working at all. So I found a emulator for this that someone made and stopped updating in 1998. That was the last update for this. And it works. And it came with, at the time, some of the only games for it, like NBA Live, Frogger, and Solitaire. But in order for this thing to work, like, I'm just gonna click on the application, and you see this whole fucking barrage of shit? This is what I saw when I started it up. There's a main screen.
That's a lot of windows.
Yeah. The open ROM thing is hidden. The like one button I'm really used to. And instead I see a disassemble window, a memory window, and an emulator debugger. And I'm like, how the fuck is any of this supposed to work? Well, the way you get it to work is you go into the Frogger menu, the Frogger thing, and you steal the bitmap 2.bin, you steal the main os.hex file, and you steal the main.hex file, and you put that in the file folder of whatever game you want. You have to make sure you download the right version of the ROM. You can't download the .tgc one. You have to download the .bin. You have to go here to file, load bin file, go to the game folder, select the bin, hit open, go up here where it says address physical, type 0, go to file, go to load kernel, load full kernel, make sure that you have those 3 files in there, otherwise it's just not gonna fucking work. Then you can hit run.
And then we get Luigi.
Then you get this horrible sounding fucking abomination. And
are you sure you're not like a CIA hacker, Tom?
I might be a fucking god to get this shit working. So this is all that I had to go through just to get the game somewhat playing. So now we should have.
But look at those graphics.
Look at those graphics. So now if I get rid of my display capture,
look at those graphics.
Yeah. So this is this would be the main screen. And of course my favorite calendar that has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8.
Well, I mean, it's a 8 that's sometimes a mess.
The sound on this thing is deaf, and I really hope it's being captured.
No, I'm hearing it.
Okay, good.
Just plopping those numbers on there.
they wanted kids to like whip this shit out and play it in the middle of their math class. Look at this fucking solitaire.
Oh, that is crunchy. Those cards are crunchy.
This is the crunchiest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard some crunch.
Like, those cards sounded like they were very crunchy.
I literally can't just... I just want to drag this 7... Oh, no, I can't. That's why I can't do that. Of course, it's in monotone color, so, like, trying to determine if you're, you know, moving onto the right thing or not. I'm just trying to flip... There we go. I'm just trying to, like, flip cards, and... This thing sucks.
Well, yeah, it kind of looks like it does.
But nothing sucks as much as the cartridge. So first we get this little animation.
Oh, that's so cool, though.
So normally any emulator has controller support. This does not. For this
so
one,
then how do you... Oh, wait, no, the emulator doesn't. I thought you were talking like the Gamecom just doesn't have a controller. It's like, what?
Nope. We're gonna be playing this. First off, what the fuck is happening to Sonic's right eye there?
Oh, boy.
It's blinking in the wrong direction,
Oh,
and I hate
no,
it.
see, okay, Gumball Sonic Vindication. Because the popsicle makers, they looked at this and they thought, oh, well, that's just how Sonic's eye is. And then they perfectly recreated that in the Sonic popsicle.
So
and then
if you...
years later, they get made fun of, and they're like, well, what's wrong? We just did what we were told.
If you listen really carefully, you can hear, like, the semblance of a Sonic song being there. It's supposed to be the Sonic level select from 3. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, hang on. I have to try and see if I can hear that. Okay, wow. That's that's the Sonic song that was like buried in the Pet Cemetery and came back.
Yeah. That's going to be the case for a lot of music. They actually did use licensed music from the game. They just crunchitized it to fit this, and it...
Crunchitize me, Captain.
It just doesn't fucking work. So...
Oh, that's ugly.
Yeah. So
hang on.
this...
Let's go back a second here. Sonic Jam, I understand, was a Sega Saturn game, which was like a Sonic museum, which it had Sonic games on it, right?
So this is different from that. It's Sonic Jam in name only. This, because Sega agreed to give the license, but not the programmers to this. This was programmed entirely by Tiger. So no one from the Sonic team actually worked on this, aside from giving them some assets. So this entire game was programmed entirely by the most tired Tiger Electronics development team. And as a result, you'll have games that will look like Sonic games. And but theoretically have, but just the physics engine, the blast processing, fucking none of that. So that's why they really can only use existing assets. So, like, there's 3 games here, and I'm gonna say the word game really charitably. They have 1 level from Sonic 3, 1 level from Sonic 2, which, Tails, my boy, what the fuck happened to you, buddy?
What the fuck did they do? What? No. I need to unpack this. What did they do to you? This looks like they took a picture in Microsoft Paint and then shrunk it down really small. And then they upsized it.
Yeah, they when I said that they crunchitized Sonic, I'm not joking. I'm not just talking about the sound.
Like, this is damn near unrecognizable. Like, that doesn't read as Tails to me. He looks like a mouse.
Look how they massacred my boy. What is going on with Sonic's head? I don't fucking know.
It looks like they chopped off one of his ears on Sonic.
Yeah, this is Lumpy Touch could learn a couple of things looking at this.
Well, I mean, Lumpy Touch is doing stuff besides Garfield now, so.
And this is my favorite, Sonic and Knuckles. They didn't even bother putting like the iconic Sonic and Knuckles. They didn't put the label on it. They just put a fucking an MS Paint approximation of the cartridge of Sonic and Knuckles on it.
Well, they made sure to include the important detail of the lock-on technology, which, you know, is totally applicable to this.
Yeah.
Lock-on technology here is taping 2 cartridges together.
What a fucking cool idea for a game, though. Like, I'm not even gonna front on that. When I heard about the lock-on technology, my mind was fucking blown.
Well, that was actually, so Sega's done some clever things.
Yeah.
Like, there was the whole console wars thing where it was like, okay, you want to buy our stuff because, we have blast processing, and that means our games go really fast. And then they also made a Sonic game. They made Sonic 3, but it was too big. So they turned it into 2 games and then allowed you to just shove the cartridges together.
Well,
and that was just like a revolutionary thing. And you were thinking, oh my god, what else are they going to do with this? Like, they could do this with so many other things. I could, you know, do this or that. And they never did anything else.
Yeah, because the PlayStation came out and they're like, fuck, it's CDs all the way.
Yeah.
It was also a brilliant fucking marketing strategy because, like, Sonic 3 was really only half a game. But they're like, fuck, we need to get this out before, like, the holiday push.
Uh-huh.
So they just dropped the price by $10 from a standard game and just sold it. And it sold like hotcakes. And then when Knuckles came out, they're like, cool, that means we now get to
Congratulations to Knuckles, by the way.
Yeah,
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, this Tails is their 5-year-old draws, and you have to be like, can you tell me about the picture rather than hurt their feelings and ask what's this supposed to be? I feel like a whole lot of people from like Sonic EXE and the Creepypasta fandom really were more inspired by this than they know. But nothing so far is, like, you may be saying, Tom, this is pretty bad, but we haven't even started to play yet. So we're gonna pick Knuckles.
I'm sorry, it's just... It was funny that he just appeared, and it was like, bong, just like, no fanfare or anything. It's like, here's Knuckles. Here he is.
So despite this thing having 4 buttons, the only one that actually works is jump.
Uh-huh.
And you may be noticing that I'm hitting the jump button a whole lot and nothing's happening. That's supposed to happen with Knuckles. There's no gliding.
Right, the thing that Knuckles is known for. One of the things that he's known for.
Yep. So, no. Yoda, you may be saying to yourself now, this is better than I expected. And, you know, to be fair, those are pretty nice renditions of the Sonic sprites. Look what happens when you jump. If I just start jumping, notice how I have almost like no forward momentum? Look what happens when I try and run up the first goddamn slope.
Oh, you do a little moonwalk.
If you go in ball form, you don't get momentum.
Okay, you're not even trying to go off that slope.
I am holding right with everything I have.
Wait, hang on. Which Sonic game did you pick?
I picked Sonic 2.
But Knuckles wasn't in Sonic 2.
You can play as any character in any of them, which is the one saving grace of this. But the only way you can traverse up slopes like this that don't have, like, a ramp to start it up is you have to do this fucking jump, otherwise you will just fall backwards.
Well, hang on, though. You can play as Knuckles, but he doesn't do the things that Knuckles does, so, like...
He's Red Sonic.
Okay.
But he's not even Red Sonic because there's no fucking color.
Yeah, he's slightly different grade Sonic.
Look at how fast you fall!
Oh boy. The spin dash doesn't even get you up the...
Nope.
Knuckles.
I'm
gonna blame the character now. Knuckles, you need to try harder.
So I'm gonna try and like convey what I'm holding to show, because this is terrible. Like this is almost like, until you play it, I'm holding down right now, and I'm hitting the spin button, which is the jump button. And I'm still holding down. I'm holding down this entire time. I'm gonna let go of the jump button. So you know the thing of revving up the spin dash? Can't fucking do that. Can't fucking do that. So the one thing that actually gets you like normal ass momentum, you can't do. Also, like, the sprites look good, but also because Knuckles takes up almost a fucking a 1/9 of the screen, means that you can't see
anything.
Shit.
You can't see anything. Of course, it helps that the enemies are so slow that it, you know. In this world, everyone sucks.
You also can't bounce on anything. And look.
Oh, right,
look,
yeah, you just go through them.
There's literally nothing, like, I can't see shit underneath me. This is going to be a problem very soon. The speed shoes don't do anything.
Wait, did you even get points? Oh, it looks like it made you faster, though.
Trust me, it didn't.
Sorry, I guess you just grabbed them and then things started happening and I got confused.
Also, this, I'm trying to figure out what this song is. I don't think it's Emerald Hill.
Hang on, I need to listen to it for a second. I don't know. That doesn't sound like Sonic. Like, it sounds like children's cartoon villain sneaking around music.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't place it.
Because I'll tell you that, like, the music in 3 and Knuckles does kind of sound like a Sonic track. But I'm trying to, like, this came from somewhere. Also, don't think you can pick up any rings after you get hit.
Right, yeah, that's too much.
And they just drop it.
They don't even get the sign. Whoa!
And then they hit you with a little fucking jump scare at the end.
Don't do that again, Knuckles.
So you may be saying to yourself, Tom, Act 2 looks exactly like Act 1. They cut and paste parts of the geometry into different levels. Thank you, Yoda, for that clip. So, like, it's not even like, oh, well, you know, all Sonic levels kind of look alike. Like, no, literally, like, they cut and paste. Like that! What the fuck is that? Thing just fucking launches you out into nowhere.
I'm just trying to think about how something like this happens. Like on a cosmic scale.
Tiger Electronic literally put in all the money they ever made from like their LCD handheld knockoff games. went right into this, and the other 12 games that they made. Oh, and also not being able to see the floor.
It just didn't seem like you'd be able to fall like down like that. Well, sorry, Yoda, we're not here to see Mortal Kombat. We're here to see Sonic.
I mean,
Although, if you're feeling
jumped...
generous, Tom.
If I can find it.
Game over, 3,000 score, high points. You did it.
I did it.
You done it.
Alright, let's see Sonic 3. And apparently, if you want to actually try and... If you want, like, a chance at being able to beat this, Tails actually can fly.
Okay, Tails works.
Tails works.
Okay.
Let's see if we can identify the music.
I wish that there was more than just one instrument.
I feel like it's Angel Island. Fuck you. I feel like it's Angel Island, but like every other note. Like, okay, this is kind of charitably the beginning part of Angel Island. Except they, like, fucked with the grass, so, like, it looks like Tails is sinking into the ground a little bit.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's just the copy and pasted tile sets. Like, it's amazing that time has passed now, and I've seen fan games that look legitimately 1,000 times better than this. And this was on a handheld console that was expensive at the time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, as much as any handheld console. They also literally just copy and pasted the first part again with the speed shoes and the ring. This is so fucking... Like, no matter how bad it looks, I assure you, it's so much worse to play.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. And then meanwhile, that goes so fucking fast. Yeah, the Gamescom did some kind of cool shit.
Like, it experimented,
no fucking way.
Like.
There's no fucking way that...
Oh, you were saying?
Oh.
Although, Blue Sphere guy is probably rolling in his grave because these aren't blue spheres, they're black spheres. And you're not supposed to get black spheres. This is probably a great crime for Blue Sphere guy. I like how they did a pretty decent job on, like, the stage itself. But, like, if you look at Tails, he's just kind of wiggling.
Tails is fucking running a mile a minute.
He's just doing a shimmy and shake.
There's, like, a weird delay in your movement. So I have to, like, anticipate my movement, like, a second or two ahead of time.
Wasn't it kind of like that in the original, too?
Yeah, but it's so much worse. Also, who puts, like, just a couple in the corner like that? Oh.
Oh. Hooray.
No fanfare, no sound or anything like that, just, just the same creepy-ass soundtrack. Christy, we're in hell.
We gooed too close to the sun.
Yeah. I'm kind of
Icarus,
impressed.
who gooned himself a pair of wings.
I'm bonk.
Does the ring thing even work, or
No, you
like,
can't pick up. You can't pick up.
Okay,
rings.
none of the TVs even work.
Oh no, you can get rings from them, but if you get hit by something, you just fucking lose.
Right? Yeah, they're done.
Because some things are just fucking copy and pasted, I can't even tell if I'm going like the right way.
Well, I mean, it's right. Like, usually right is the right way.
You would think so. Oh, it still has the swing. The fucking...
Oh, wow, that looks really bad on... Did you just hit the ground and go backwards?
Yes. Oh no, it's doing it again.
Jane!
It does not... I can't break the cycle.
If you were anybody but Tails, you would just die here.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the end of it.
So yeah, I guess that... If I was anyone but Tails,
maybe that just
would...
is... Maybe that just is the end of it.
If
You're gonna get to the
Tails...
point where you're not supposed to progress any further because they didn't expect you to get this far.
Literally,
Wow.
I think only Tails can climb that.
Well, hang on. Maybe you have to spin dash it?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Maybe. I mean, I'm giving the game a little too much credit, I think.
I think you might be giving it a little too much
I'm
credit.
playing devil's advocate. It's like, well, hang on. There might be a way to do it.
Oh, okay. So you'll remember
let's
this
see how
iconic
you do
moment
this.
in Sonic 3 where you run up the thing and you scale the tree. Literally the tree didn't unfuck itself fast enough.
Okay, can you spin dash with Tails?
You can, but you can't do it on slopes.
Okay, try to spin dash up the tree.
Oh, also remember, spin dash is one spin dash, not
multiple.
not multiple. So no.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I was expecting shitty. I wasn't really expecting non-functional. There's probably no exit.
We're here forever.
Oh yeah, you want to get that one up?
That isn't even on a ledge.
That's it's not even on a ledge, and it's not us. It's Sonic. You got Sonic a one up.
Yeah, it's just out in space. Someone could probably program a fucking full, beautiful creepypasta game in this fucking bullshit.
Oh, I was legitimately surprised that a boss showed up.
Yep. They're trying to be shockingly faithful to the first game. To what end? I don't know. Oh, God, Tails got
Why
scared.
are you celebrating, Tails? That everything got blown up. You didn't do anything. Oh wait, is that it?
There's nothing.
Wow, creative second level, guys.
It's not even like it's just the first half of the, not even the first half, the second half of the first level. Now they're in new territory. Thank God I wasn't running at full speed when I jumped on that, or else I'd be fucking dead.
Okay, now try to spin dash that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's how you do it. See,
also,
we had to give the game a little credit.
Did the floor, is it just my imagination, or did the floor to
no,
the right of me
the floor disappeared. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, the speed shoes did. I can't run up the slope. Yeah, the speed shoes do nothing. Oh, is this where...
Wow, wow. I couldn't tell what was going on for a second there.
I think this is literally the exact same special stage.
Well, did you get all the black spheres in the last one?
I hit a wall.
Okay, well then you have to get all the black spheres. I want to see if we get some sort of shitty Chaos Emerald.
I need to see.
Like, you've got the monochrome emerald.
Like, I have to be the only human being in the past, like, 15 years who has played this fucking thing. So there can't be, like, a task of, like, getting all... Like, I played a lot of these special stages, and I've never seen something like that, of, like, just putting 3 of them in the corner like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to place this music. This is definitely not the bonus stage music. Like, it's not even close.
It's the sound that's been playing throughout the normal stages anyway.
Oh, you're getting faster now, aren't you?
Wait, I can hear a little tiny bit of it. I could hear a tiny bit of the special stage song with that.
Yeah, it probably sounded like do, 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 do.
I heard like a little tiny second of like dun 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 do 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 do, and then it fucking locked an input on me and wouldn't move.
Yeah, I think you've had enough. That's what the game said.
Yeah, shut up, kid. Oh, more floor vanishing. Again, someone could take this... A talented programmer... Oh, and also, just a reminder, if you're rolling on the floor, you don't get momentum. You don't even stay in ball form to fucking attack something. It is wild trying to see them try to, like, replicate the electric caterpillar.
It's kind of fascinating to see just... I don't know, I'm kind of speechless.
Also, the spring...
Like, this...
The springs
Go ahead.
don't have the same, like... Those aren't the spring sound effects. Those are the fucking, like, shield. Wow.
This is like watching somebody trying to drive to work on 4 flat tires.
Yeah. Tails immediately falls asleep. Fuck you! Oh, fuck right off, game.
Yeah, shut up, game.
Spring to nowhere. Oh, there it is.
Well, hang on, can you fly?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly it instead.
There? It seems like Tails is kind of the, you know, the character you choose if you want to get anything done.
Yep. Putting a spike pit on top of that where you literally can't see over your head is the most evil fucking If I wasn't oh my god, I'd literally have to land on that thing just to make the extra 2 fucking... Bitch. All that for nothing. For literally nothing.
Well, did you learn anything?
Yeah, don't buy a Gamesdotcom.
Yeah, as long as you learned something.
Okay, is there ostensibly a boss?
Wait, did that thing just you didn't have any rings, did you?
No, I didn't, because they put
Wait
a
a
fucking.
minute. That's the goalpost at the fucking start of the game.
Yep.
At the start of the level. Were there no other goalposts?
Nope.
What? Then what the fuck's the point of the goalpost?
I am hornswoggled.
That's incredible. That's incredible. They put a functioning goalpost at the start of the level. No other goalposts. No other goalposts.
And they're like, oh, the kids will love it. That means they don't have to go back and redo Act 1.
Incredible. That's like the slipping out a banana peel moment in this game.
Like, there have been a lot of stupid bullshit, and that might actually take the cake. Oh, the floor disappeared again.
You know what? Good. Let it take us. Let the void take us.
I'm not even bothering playing this fucking game. I'm flying over everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how you usually do it when you play Tales. At least if Cybershell, is to be trusted.
Which, of course, he always is.
Yeah.
Half that loop-de-loop
is
isn't
the
fucking
authority.
there!
Wait a minute. Hang on. Can you go back over there? The other half... Oh my god.
Literally half the loop is missing.
It's a vertical half pipe.
Holy shit.
Wow. God bless you, little game. You're trying your best, aren't you? Little brother-ass game.
Wait, hold on a second. So, if that thing comes from the sky, and I'm Tails... Okay. I was about to say, can I see it flying from, all the way up?
Of course not. That's a little too much for a little Sparky here. Yeah, I don't know where the budget...
Instantaneous fucking jump out,
I don't know where the budget went on this.
Literally had to almost go entirely through the license.
Well, thank God for that goalpost.
Are we in Act 3?
This is Act 3, I think.
Sonic 3 doesn't have 3 acts.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but this isn't Sonic 3.
It just might not be the most faithful port to Sonic 3.
I don't think that this is actually Sonic 3, Tom.
It's shockingly close. They have, the layout... It's okay, let me put it this way. It's a hell of a lot better than whatever the fuck Sonic 2 had. This is actually, I can see parts of stages that could charitably be called a port of Sonic 3 here. Not all of it. It's, maybe 60% of it. But, I could look at this in, hell where... How fast is this platform moving? This part right here is a little new. Oh. But,
yeah, there's just no way to get that with any other character.
I just looked up what the ending is, and it'll be amazing if you get there. Rich, I'm almost afraid to ask how many stages are in this. Also, can you just send me the link to the ending on Discord?
Yeah, we're not gonna play this through to completion.
I don't have to play this entire thing? Does it, fucking culminate if you beat all 3 stages, or all 3 quote-unquote games in, a... Oh, it just says congratulations.
I can't tell if it's a joke or not, though.
I've known Rich pretty well for all these years, and Rich is a lot of things. Rich is not a joker when it comes to stuff like this. If something like that happens, he is legit most of the time. So I have no reason to believe that. What are you pushing? Tails, what are you pushing against there, buddy?
Okay, so this is one of the things that makes... Oh, it was a spring. It was an invisible spring.
A very invisible spring.
See? That was a fun game to figure that out, right?
I'm sorry, I'm just not used to hearing the word fun over the past, like, hour.
Forgot the concept of fun.
See, like, they're just gonna be... Okay.
It says here in this game, each zone has 5 acts. In what Sonic game is there ever 5 acts?
Okay, so one, if I fly above it, I can literally, see that half of it is not there. Also,
yeah, it's just not there.
Also, like, the bombs are... normally you can outrun all those bombs. In this one, they just drop where you are.
Sorry. I lost it when you flew up there. there was no rest of the ship.
Oh, and no Robotnik fight. Oh, no, we're on...
We got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. You think we can get Robotnik?
Oh, right. So I see. Okay, I see what Rich is saying now. Each one of these is... Yeah, this is the 5 acting that he was talking about. See, Tails immediately falls asleep. Tails, you narcoleptic bitch. Fair and valid. I do have to say, I think in terms of all, like, maybe all the Sonic 3 enemies, I really like that, Badnik Rose, and it's a shame they only use it for 1 act.
Yeah. It's like ironic or something. It's like you took an animal to power a robot that looks like a plant. It's like an animal, vegetable, and mineral all in one.
I will say one of the... Because we're not going to play the good spinball. Oh my god, is that a checkpoint not at the beginning?
No way. I think we just hallucinated that.
Yeah, if I die, I'm still going to go back to the beginning.
It would be funny if that one just wasn't functional.
But, if you take a real close look at probably the only, like, disturbing element, I would say, of Sonic Spinball 1, besides Robotnik's weird-ass
right, yeah, Sonic Spinball, the creepiest, scariest Sonic game.
So for people who don't know what I'm referring to there, I saw a random video on my YouTube feed that was, like, it was titled, like, Sonic Spinball, the terrifying,
the most creepiest.
The darkest Sonic game. And I'm like, it's Sonic Spinball. What? Oh my god, if I was anyone but Tails.
Yeah, I'm seeing a theme here. I think they just designed the game around playing as Tails.
I'm literally not hitting him. There we go.
Okay, well, I mean, he's a very small, agile target. You have to aim carefully.
Oh, but yeah, the floor to that literally gave out as I was walking over it.
Oh, like, I see. That's supposed to be him, like, behind the waterfall.
Yeah.
Effluent says if you were in this game, you'd overdose on Ambien too.
Yeah.
This game is if you like took a Sega game and dunked it in Ambien. Hey, hang on. That says congratulations.
Yeah, they got that
congratulations.
one. Maybe if I was either Sonic or Knuckles, it would say congratulations instead.
Yeah. See, Tails is smarter than them, so he knows how to spell congratulations.
And then the final game on this before we can mercifully move to something else and I've saved.
Mushroom Hill. Mushroom Hill has always been kind of special to me because it was like the first stage of Sonic and Knuckles, which was the second game in Sonic 3 that made the game Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah. I don't feel like the music has actually changed, though.
No, it probably hasn't. Like, we could make a game out of trying to figure out what all the tracks are, but there's probably just the one.
Wait, did they actually put in the fucking, like, pull-down machine?
They did?
They did? You know, like, I feel like there was one dedicated person working on this game. One, like, I really want to try and get that experience of these classic Sonic games on a handheld. And, like, had a budget of $3 to work with after they finished the,
Well, to be fair, that's the first gimmick I think that has even worked.
Yeah.
Like, other base shit, like just walking on the ground and momentum and slopes just don't work.
I can't believe slopes don't work. Like
slopes not working in a Sonic game is kind of like a sin.
Wait, hold the fucking phone. I'm just gonna hit right and nothing else.
Yeah. So they're poison-tipped spikes, so you can't even, like, touch them from the side. Okay, well that one was just your own fault.
Yeah, I mean, the jump button didn't feel like coming into work today, but...
The jump button quit quietly. I can't play the game, my controller is quiet quitting.
So it feels like the ring system is interesting in this one, because when you get hit, you lose almost all of them, but you
Wait, you lose almost all of them?
Yeah.
You don't lose all of them?
I don't think you can grab them when you get them knocked out, but I feel like if you have, like, over 30, you lose,
you just
like,
don't
30
lose all
per
of
hit.
them?
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, cool, fuck me then.
Serves you right.
Unfortunately, this, zoomed in camera is gonna be, let's call it, a recurring motif of tonight.
Hey, look, we're getting full half pipes at this point, and we should feel thankful for that.
This is somehow still not the worst game that we're gonna play tonight.
I'm having a little trouble believing you.
And
I think that's a reasonable thing.
Here's why I'm gonna say that. Is because, yes, this sucks, but it's also the fucking Gamesdotcom. This is supposed to suck.
Oh, was that a design philosophy?
It's 1997 and it's fucking Tiger Electronics.
Yeah, I suppose that's not the best pedigree.
It's not the Game Boy Advanced. I am, however, really quickly before we go to that, just because I downloaded it and I did actually want to check it out myself, we're gonna try... I need to see what this is like, if this even plays. I haven't actually tried this out yet. But we're gonna take a quick deviation from,
a non-standard deviation?
Well, if it works, okay, I may actually have just to restart the Gamesdotcom.
Oh, I'll go through all that shit again.
Thankfully, when you know what you're doing, and I'm now apparently the world's foremost expert on getting...
Yeah, you have to be.
Getting the goddamn Gamesdotcom emulator up and running.
I wonder if you could find the person who made the emulator and talk to them about it.
I have their contact info.
I wanna pick their brain.
Okay, it doesn't seem like it is acknowledging that the cartridge is in there. I want to try playing Resident Evil 2 for it, but
Oh boy.
I don't know if it recognizes. Okay, let's try that again. Load kernel, full kernel. Let's press
Kernel.
A to keep. Archive.org will play it in your browser. Alright, I may have to actually look at that. Yeah, there's an RE2 port for this. Let me see if they have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is actually where I downloaded the this is actually where I got the working ROM of the game from. Internet Archive. Let me see if I can display capture this. Oh, they're using a browser version of MAME. I see. I tried to get MAME to work, and just fucking nothing.
Maybe it's just something about the browser version.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I tried to get the MAME, like, on its own working, and I just could not for the life of me. I tried for about 20 minutes to get MAME working. And the only way I could actually get it running was using that application. I heard about the Symphony of the Night prototype.
On the Gamecom?
On the Gamecom, yes.
So much misplaced ambition. This is some mad scientist shit.
I am hitting every button. Unless they have different buttons mapped. Because they don't exactly pick up things like a control menu or anything like that.
I like the I mean, it's kind of detailed, you know? Like the intro stuff.
It looks cool. Alright, that would be why. I'll figure out how to shoot a gun at some point.
I mean, you probably have to hold something to aim and then something else to shoot. That's how it usually goes. Or you could just, like, sit here and get eaten and see what that looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately, buttons. So this thing has 4 buttons. And I'm trying to figure out what they are mapped to. Because it is not,
Well, see, back in the day, video games came with instruction manuals, and if you didn't have the manual, they were not under any obligation to put anything in the game that taught you how to play it. Like, you don't... Some of you probably remember, if you didn't have a manual for some of these games, you just had to fucking figure it out. Trial and error.
Yeah. Alright, left control is A. Okay, so to give you an idea, the emulator that I was using before had A, S, Z, and X were the buttons on that corresponded to it. Left control, left alt, spacebar, and left shift. A. Oh, I quit out the actual game.
You know what? I think that's the right move.
I want to at least get past the first fucking enemy.
I think the first fucking enemy is the game, and you did it.
You got a point there.
Yeah, we can at least murder one zombie as a treat, and then we can. You get to murder one zombie, and then we have to go home.
All right, so like aiming your gun like puts you in like a aim like mode. Like you can't
like you would expect, right?
Yeah. Like in other words, if you hit spacebar to aim, you can't like go back. Like it just permanently puts you in aiming like animation.
Oh, I see. So it's like a toggle.
Yeah. Okay, nothing in there.
Wow, that's a tiny truck. That is a tiny little car.
Yeah, that's a particularly tiny truck.
Yeah, that's like a
Also,
clown car for Chris.
How do doors work?
Oh, when one of them closes, another one opens. Or is that a window?
No, like this, like right there. That's a door. That would be the door. I think I would try and get into. I just seem to take like multiple steps. Unless it's doing something like double tapping. Nope.
Okay, we got past the first obstacle, which was shooting the gun. Now the second one is opening a door.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe we have to kill the door. That would be funny, though, if there was like a survival game like this. And like normally the puzzles are like get the green gem and put it in the statue and decipher this puzzle. But like the puzzles are like regular things like opening a door or going up the stairs. I think that would be funny.
Shit, I would actually play the hell out of that. How fast is this guy?
I mean, for a guy that looks like he's made out of beef jerky, he's pretty fast. Do you have to kill him?
Probably not, but he's
there and so shootable. Submissive and shootable.
That could be the title of RE4. Yeah, problems loose, but the problem is the controls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the Homestuck comic for a while. Like when it first started. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, you have this non-standard inventory system that's weird and wacky. And then eventually, Andrew got tired of that, which, understandable. I think other people were starting to get tired of it, too.
Yep. Yeah, this sucks.
Okay, what are you gonna do with 2 zombies, huh?
Die. Alright, let's move on to the next, what
do we got?
My curiosity has been satiated. You know what? I'll throw the next one up to audience and co-pilot call. Do we want to do Sonic 1 for Game Boy Advance or Sonic Spinball for Game Gear?
Well, we could do 2 of those, or we could do some Sonic Says, or we could save the Sonic Says to the end. Let's save the Sonic Says to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Spinball should be the 3rd one, so the 2nd one should be not Spinball.
Okay. Let me get this game loaded up then.
So that was what, Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance?
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, the regular Game Boy. Did you say no? Advanced?
It is advanced.
Okay. So this has to be a huge upgrade.
Oh yeah, because this is a by now this came out in 2006.
You're gonna have to reshare with me.
Yeah. I also have to recapture it.
Yeah.
This came out for the 30th anniversary of Sonic, the same year as Sonic 06. So, but it's for the Game Boy Advance, which is a far more powerful console. And
I mean, I would say it's more powerful than the Gamecom.
It should be able to play a game from 1991.
Yeah, you would think, right?
With good sound emulation and
right out the gate, that's pretty good. Yeah,
it's a quality Sega right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes it is.